Well, I'm currently down at Linear Fisheries, just having a look around now. There's 3 lakes open, Hardwick and Smiths, B1, B2. Not sure where I'm going to go yet. Just going to have a little wander around, hopefully find a few fish, throw a bucket in and get fishing before this bad weather turns up. But it's looking good, not so busy, so we should be in for a good chance. So yeah, just got to get this set up now. Going to throw 3 maggot bags out to begin with, no bait, see what happens. Fish are coming from left and right of me, some big ones as well. So hopefully we can show you a few fish, and taking my bucket out of the point doesn't kick me in the face. Fingers crossed. Well, the plan was to get the maggot bags out straight away, then set up, but the rain's just come in, so the bivvy's all set up. I'm going to just throw some normal solid bags out to begin with a tiny fake bit of corn in the bottom. These bags are doubled up, it's about 13 foot in front of me. So I'm going to get these out, get everything tidied up, ready for the rain to come in, and then once that is done, we can get prepping some maggot bags and get the spot going, and hopefully have a few fish before it gets dark. So all I'm doing, again, like I just said, solid bags, just looping them on, just like so. I'm not clipping up on this one, they're just free going out, however hard I hit them. Nice little bit of goo, buttercorn, best one. Stab it in the side of the bag, goo it up. Plenty of that. And yeah, let's get it out. Well, that didn't take too long. Only been out a couple of hours, and yeah, got a nice little 20 in the net. Solid bags again, can't beat them. Well, coming on to B1 it definitely paid off. I threw the solid bags out while getting the bivvy and everything set up. Obviously the rain's quite bad today, and yeah, as we're fully set up, I was about to prep some maggot bags, and one of the just normal solid bags that I threw out have gone off with this lovely lower 20 mirror, typical stamp from B1. So we're not going to weigh it, going to get a couple of pictures, send it back, and hopefully this continues. The weather's not great, but I don't care if we're catching fish. This is not a bad way to start. Alright, let's get it back and hope for a few more. All I'm going to do now is make up a quick spot mix. I've got the sticky bait pellets, which are just manila, krill and bloodworm 6 millers. I've got the 12 millers and krill 16 millers boilie. Just got some hemp from Dynamite, but most importantly the good stuff, and I've got plenty of this as a sweet corn. On Linear, everyone knows that this is the go-to bait here, so plenty of this. We're going to get this all mixed up. Going to find a spot, most probably around 26, 27 wraps, sort of around that distance. That's where they've been coming from, and then we're going to put some bait out ready for this evening. So what we're going to quickly do is just show you the maggot bags. Starting off, all we need is just a sewing needle. Stow this off the wife, don't tell her. And all I'm going to do is floss some maggots onto here. And then you should have something that looks a little bit like that. All we're going to do, spin that round using the hole at the end of the needle. I'm going to grab our solid bag. Got the stem, the rig itself, with the floss. And all you're going to do just push that through the hole, work the maggots down, push it onto the floss, push them down, and then all you're going to do is perform some overhand knots. Just quickly, all I'm going to do is then dip this in some of the Manila Active mix just to get all the moisture off the maggots off so it doesn't split the bag, which I've got just in this tub here. And there we go, that should take all the moisture off the maggots in case you've pierced any, so it won't start dissolving your bag. All we need to do now is grab our bags, and for this session I'm using the carpcraze bags again. I'm doubling up these session because I'm fishing in about 13 foot of water, so I'm going to double the bags up. I'll show you how to do that as well. But again, I like these size bags because you can send these really far. They absolutely fly. So how I do it, just to start off, all I'm going to do is add a tiny bit of pellet in the bottom, just like so, and then I'm going to lower my rigging. Again, make sure the hook and the corn is pushed away from each other. Whether you can see that in there, the hook's facing the other way from the corn. And then all we're going to do is cover the maggots themselves with a bit of pellet. Now just in the middle part of the bag, going to fill this with maggots. Again, not too many, because again I want to send this bag quite far, so I don't want it to be overly big, which looks a little bit like that. And then all we're going to do is just top the little bag, top the top of the bag up again with pellets, so it's like a little sandwich. Pellet, maggots, pellets. Work the lead in the center of the bag. Again, you want this to go far, and then it's just a case of tapping it down, making it as compact as you possibly can, licking and sticking the corners, and then we put another bag on again just to give it that bit of protection as it's going down into 13 foot of water. So I won't bore you with this part. I'm going to get this tied up and then I'll show you when I double it up. There we go, and there we have it, a doubled up bag. Let's go see what it looks like in the margin. But we're just going into the evening now, so I'm going to have some food, get my head down, and if anything happens, you will see me throughout the night. If not, I will touch base with you in the morning, hopefully with a carp. But until then, see what happens. Hopefully the bloody rain stops. Well, nothing to report last night. I would say I had a good night's sleep, but the rain was absolutely horrendous and pretty much kept me up all night. It's only just sort of eased up now, so I've just threw 3 bags out again, 1 on the baited spot and 2 either side at around sort of 30, 32 wraps out. I'm going to play it by ear today, see what happens. I can't move to where the fish were yesterday. They were showing down to my left, but it's pretty stitched up down there. But the wind's now changed. It's coming now southwesterly, so hoping this will push a few fish down this end and we can actually get into some fish. Yeah, it's looking a bit tricky at the moment, but we're going to persevere. I'm not going to move, going to stick to my guns, keep the bait gun in, keep the bags roaming around, and hopefully we can nick a fish or two while we're here. If any of you want to see what the rats do at Linear, this is a brand new barrow bag and they've chewed through it. There's the zip. They've chewed underneath it and ripped everything apart. Bear in mind there's no bait in there. There was just my battery pack and my cooking stuff. They've absolutely destroyed my barrow. Well, just a quick evening update. I know I said I wasn't going to move, but that's all the kit packed down. I'm in a new swim. Fish were down here last night. Whether they stay down here tonight, I do not know. It's been flat calm. The fish ain't showing. And B1's just generally a bit moody at the moment. No one's actually having it off. A friend of mine had 2 fish last night. The chap in this swim had 2 fish last night. But they were down here in the numbers compared to where I was. There was just nothing up there. So I've made the move. Got tonight to go and tomorrow morning, so fingers crossed we can catch a few fish. As you've just seen, the rods have gone out. Now gonna get some food on, chill out. Nothing else I can do, so fingers crossed a fish or 2 turns up. If not, I'll be leaving here with just the 1 fish, which is pretty disappointing because I definitely could have had a fair few fish on B2, but we come on B1 to catch the bigger fish. So it was a risk, but hopefully it pays off. If not, I've still had a fish. All right, time to get some food. Well, that's me now heading home. Unfortunately, I could only bring the 1 fish for you this session. Obviously, we went on B1 to try catching a big fish, and my friend a couple of swims down did. He had a nice 38.4, but unfortunately for me, just the 1 fish. I mean, we could have fished B2 and had a few, but I really wanted that 40, so apologies about that. But until next time, I'll see you on the bank soon.